In this video, you will learn how to configure a basic SIP extension. First, we click on the PBX tab. The default subtab is PBX configuration, and the default page is the extensions page. To add an extension, first select the device type from the drop-down list. Then click Submit. User extension is the number to dial to reach the user. This is a mandatory field. Display name is the name displayed for calls from this user. This is also a mandatory field. Under the section Extension Options, we will keep the default values. If you want to find out what each of the options are for, just hover your mouse over the question mark beside the field for a description. We will go over just a few of the options here. Outbound CID. The number entered here will override the trunk caller ID when dialing out on a trunk. Asterisk dial options. The value shown here is the system-wide default. To override it, you have to first check the override box. It is highly recommended that you do not make a change here unless you understand the dial options very well. We will keep it unchecked. Ring time. This is the number of seconds to ring before going to voicemail. This value is ignored when voicemail is not configured for this extension. Outbound concurrency limit. This is used to limit the number of simultaneous calls that can be made from this extension. It is a very useful security tool to apply on a compromised extension. Call screening. If you enable this option, any external callers will be prompted to say their name. The name will then be announced to the user, so the user has the option to either reject or accept the call. The next section is Assign DID CID. If this extension is associated with a direct DID number, enter the DID number here in the Add Inbound DID field. You want to enter the number exactly as received from your service provider. The next section is Device Options. The field secret is for the password. There is a minimum required password length of 6, with at least 2 alphabets and 2 digits. If I use the password UCX829, that will satisfy the password requirements. For the field NAT, you can keep the default value no if the device is local. If the device is remote or external, change the NAT value to yes. There are many more options available under this section. However, you will not see these options until after the extension has been created. We can look at these options later. The next few sections are features that you can configure for each extension. We will not discuss them in this video. They will be covered in other tutorials that are specific to the feature. At the bottom of the page, under Optional Destinations, we will keep the default values. If you want to change where to route a call when the user does not answer, is busy, or not reachable, then you can select a different destination from the pull-down list. Click on the Submit button to create the extension. Then click on Apply Config to apply the changes. Once the extension is created, it will be listed on the right side column. Click on the link to access the extensions page again. If we go down to the Device Options section, you will now see the rest of the fields in this section displayed. Some of the fields that you might need to modify here are Call Group, Pickup Group, and Call Restrictions. The use of these fields will be discussed in other tutorials specific to the feature. Going back up to the top of the page now, you will see a new link here labeled Add Follow Me Settings. This link will take you to the Follow Me page to configure the Follow Me feature. We will not discuss the Follow Me feature here. It will be discussed in a separate tutorial. This completes our tutorial on configuring a basic SIP extension.